But of course, if you look at his track record in Fight Club, if it proves anything, it's that he's ambitious. You cannot win 14 in a row, best of 9s, unless you're really ambitious. So that means GSL isn't enough for him. No, he wants both tournaments, back to back. But Alive, he might have something to say about that. He's just suffered a disappointing loss here against Symbol 0-2. Can he come back? Can he rally himself back up there and take his revenge against another Zerg in Hyun? It would be a very prestigious victory for him. Let's see whether he can do it. As he's just adjusting his X-ray goggles there.
Hyun looking incredibly stable. He's just melded to that keyboard and mouse.
He has a presence, doesn't he?
Yeah,
very calm, very cool. And his
actually,
record so
presence.
far is he beat Boom Boom 2-0. He lost to Creator, and he beat Stefano 2-1 in the lower bracket. So
His games versus Creator were insane.
I didn't see them yet. Send me the replays.
I think they're right. Yeah, right. All right, guys. So Zerg versus Terran. It is going to be Hyun versus Alive. Are the players ready?
I think they are.
Oh, Grubby.
Kibbles.
It's on the line for both of these guys.
And for
facing
us.
elimination.
As the first map is going to be Metropolis here. Once again, starting off on Metropolis. Lots of Metropolis today. Not so much yesterday.
I saw you actually just cast your first Metropolis match.
Yeah.
Just a little bit ago.
Wow, they're about to start. There we go. There's all that bite from Hyun.
Yeah.
You see that?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is IPL 5. It is Hyun going up against Alive. Let's take you into this game.
Welcome to IPL 5 Metropolis.
And welcome to this round here. Hyun against Alive in the loser bracket. Here on Metropolis on the south position. We've got our blue Terran from Team Fnatic. IPL 4 winner. Can he do it again? It is...
Fnatic Raid Call Alive.
Then, in the top, 12 o'clock position of the map, his Zerg opponent. Will he be able to do it? A lot of people, I think, saying yes. It was a 59 to 41% vote. Guys, give it up. From Team SCV Life, it is...
TSL Hyun.
I'm going to throw it out there, Grubby. I don't think Alive is going to make this as easy as some people might think.
Yeah, I mean, Alive, he's one of the few players where when I played against him in an official match, I was actually scared. Not because of his reputation or anything, it's because when I played him, I felt like he was so strong. I really respected the way he played. Excellent micro, really aggressive, and he was just completely on top of everything. Today, however, against Symbol, we saw him starting out with killing his own very first tank with 6 Marines. It was showing that he was a little bit off of his usual game, and he needs to bring back everything and become perfect if he wants to make a dent in Hyun's armor.
This is true, and Hyun has quite a many layers of armor. But the worst thing, of course, is those teeth.
Yeah.
Spiky teeth, guys.
Those teeth. Alive will try to stay alive against those spiky teeth.
We'll see if he bites fast.
Or if it's all bark.
All right, guys.
All right, so they're spawning across the map. And as we alluded to earlier on, Hyun, 59% of the people who voted for him think that Hyun is going to be winning. You know, you can go ahead and vote as well if you're here in the crowd. You can go on the IGN app, just search for IGN Pro League on the iPhone app. They developed this really cool app, super cool to watch streams with. And also on IGN.com, if you're at home, you can go vote who you think is going to win. If you're correct with your vote, you'll get some points. If you voted on the underdog, the one with the less percentage, you get even more points if you were correct by voting on the underdog. And the person with the most points after everything will be winning an Origin PC, the very same one that the pro gamers are playing on here. So there's also other prizes to be won, so definitely get involved with that. As right now, Hyun looks like the 60% upper dog.
Yeah, people definitely favoring him quite a bit right now. Overlord going to be chased away. One of the things I want to actually say about Hyun, he's absurdly good with his overlords. Like, you'd think, okay, an overlord, you know, how can he be good with an overlord?
Yeah, suddenly you're missing like 10 drones. It's like, wow, he ate all those with the overlord. Most overlords can't attack. But
He actually sucks them up with the creep. It's not like a, you know, alien spaceship flying over, pulling up cows. But Hyun, guys, what he'll do, he'll take his overlords. A lot of people, they actually float them right over the expansions. Hyun, no, he'll put it on the edge. He'll like put it all the way on the edge every time, the perfect distance. SCV gonna get away right now. Nice play there out of alive.
And he will send out a new one immediately. Very suave move there. Because Hyun did not take that Zelnaga tower yet, and that SCV is out of vision, so he'll swerve around the side. He wants to know, is Hyun making a third hatchery on the third location? If he is, that means that Alive does not need to worry about some kind of roach bailing all in.
All right, so we're going to be keeping an eye on these guys' builds. We do have, you know, you mentioned the roach horn on the way, but it's actually not uncommon. We actually, the DRG, we saw him pioneer this, going for the expansion with a quick roach horn. It makes you incredibly safe against a lot of early Hellion or Marine-based timings. For a little bit, we saw some popularity. DeMuslim using Marine Hellion to great success in his EVT matchup. But here, I think things are pretty standard out of Hyun. Just should be using these defensively for the moment, but yeah, he's only on 2 gases, so.
And of course, this sends Hyun careening in completely a different direction than what MVP Sniper was doing before. As Sniper was favoring that kind of circling, very quick speed upgrade, and muteless baneling play. And now with Hyun making 6-7 roaches already.
It is getting up
okay,
there.
so what this is gonna be, he's gonna attack with the roaches. It's not an all-in, guys, I don't think. If he wins, sure, that's great. But this is the kind of roach attack that can defend against Hellions, do damage, and then transition into a longer game. And it's kind of the same what Hyun does in ZVP as well. You see him taking a 4th base, you think, oh, he's going to be defensive. No, actually he's dropping 5,000 army supply of roaches on top of you.
Yeah.
But then he has that extra base that he can fall back onto and go back to macroing.
Yeah, and we even see he's following it up with 12 drones, double evolution chamber. He actually, I mean, he's got a lot of gas for the Evo, so he can make more roaches behind this if he wants, or he can jump up to a quick lair. We'll have to wait and see what he does opt to do as he starts up 1-1 right now. But here come the roaches alive. You know, he's got a fair amount here to defend.
Yeah, will Alive have enough to come through this kind of unscathed? Hellions, of course, they can do splash damage against roaches, but they are not the unit of choice you'd like to have against roaches. Hyun is going to try and poke here at the supply depots.
Yeah, and he should be able to take these out fairly easily, actually. Maybe even get a couple of SCV kills if they come off the line to repair it. Because there's not enough mobile army here. He's got the bunker, which is obviously going to allow him to hold the position. But we see the first of the depots has fallen.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. He's going to be able to take those down because the bunker's not in range, and takes down an SCV as well. And in the meantime, of course, he's getting everything behind it. He's stacking to lair, getting extra extractors, a baneling nest, upgrades, and drones, and just making a few more roaches.
Roaches will now be falling back. We've got a lot of timings finishing up here for Alive. The +1/+1. Stim, his starport is completing. He's throwing down an armory as well. It's a little bit late to start the 2-2, but either way, he could really put on some aggression here. It looks like he's also got 2 medevacs on the field, so we certainly could have some drops. Oh no, they are in production, but we could have some drops imminent here, Grubby.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is also very much a map to be engaging in drops, going on the left and the right side. What happened?
We have an overseer being made.
Okay, excellent. All right, we got an infestation pit being created here by Hyun. And he has a nice army to defend here. He's also on very high drone count already, 65 drones. As yeah, he's just gonna defend for now. Already taking a 4th. Hyun, man, he gets a lot of bases. Always one more than you would expect from another Zerg in the same situation.
Yeah, and it's actually won him a fair amount of games. He runs into situations where, you know, maybe, all right, I get into this situation, I lose my hatchery, but I get away with my drones, and he can just send them away. But right now, some Link's going to be coming in to try to catch some Hellions. They are off creep, but the Hellions, 2 of them, 3 of them get caught. And some Lings going down here, but not too many quite yet. Third Hellion, fourth Hellion, and it looks like this is pretty good for Hyun.
Yeah, not too bad of a trade, I guess, by Alive. We look at the units lost step, it's fairly similar. Alive did kill a bit more, but since Hyun's economy is better, we would say it's quite nice for Hyun at this point to have cleaned up those Hellions. Yeah. Good job by him.
Yeah, eliminating some of that map control, but we've got Alive circling around the bottom of the map right now with a drop coming in. It's going to be hitting this fourth base of Hyun. We'll see if we can get some damage done. There are drones that are very exposed.
Yeah, there comes the first drop, and it's certainly not the last as he takes down a number of drones and will be able to pick up no problem. And only losing one Marine.
Now, the tank count is just starting to get built up, but the upgrades for Alive are very impressive. He's going to have 2-2 before his opponent. Hyun does, of course, love his upgrades in ZBT, and the worker count as well for Alive, already up to 60. He's only about 20 drones behind his ZerG opponent.
Yeah, we saw Alive stopping around 58 to 61 SCVs in his games before. Funnily enough, once again has 61 SCVs, but he's going on beyond that for now. So he's recognizing that it's going to be a bit of a longer game than he's been planning in some of his other games against, for example, Symbol earlier today. And of course, it really lends itself well to this map here on Metropolis. You see that they're both taking their own side of the map in expansions, and really, it seems like there's no shortcut for Terran to win on this map. You need to properly go for that late game. We saw TvZ trying to attempt it, going for like triple starport, getting Ravens and so on, and trying to stay alive until that point.
Yeah, and you know, Hyun just has such awesome ZBT late game. You run into this situation where he'll actually be a little aggressive early on. Maybe it sets him behind, but all right, Banelings are going to force out this drop right now. But yeah, so Hyun doesn't mind being a little behind in the mid game because he feels so comfortable catching up in the late game. And you know, we saw those roaches, they didn't really do much damage, maybe slowed down everything for him by a little, but he's dealing with these drops pretty well. Fungal Growth catching a lot of those Marines.
But still 4 Marines got out, nice job there for Alive. And at this very moment, we're at a crucial time in this game, Gibbles, as Alive finished up 2-2. So his drops, they're much more effective. He'll try to squeeze himself between mineral patches and the gas and try to get really good cost effectiveness. And we could see this push coming out. Now, is Alive going to be sieged up when Hyun moves into him?
Well, he needs a fantastic engagement here because we've got Hyun with Brood Lords on the way right now. And no, he's not, Grubby. 2 siege tanks going to be forfeit. We can see Alive is trying to spread his units out, but Hyun is going to be happy with that engagement. Now falling back, he's cleared up a little bit of supply and can start making broods here in just about 50 seconds.
Yeah, those Marines are doing a good job there, but definitely that engagement went to Hyun. He got in there, killed the tanks, and went out. Very, very patient play there by him.
All right, Alive trying to get a little bit more damage done right now with these Marines, and this medevac simply can't be caught. Woo! Even though it's at 60 points.
At the brink of death. 112 Zerglings out on the field for Hyun, and he's gonna put them to good effect as this tank will siege up.
Grubby.
Oh my god.
So many Banelings crashing into all of these units right now. The tank's trying to get some damage in. There aren't many Banelings left, which is really, really nice for Alive, but I don't know that he has enough to deal with this quantity of Lings and Roaches, and in fact, absolutely not. The forces of Alive being decimated.
A little bit of a move command there by Alive, but it would only have mattered a few Zerglings. That army was pretty much dead. As now Hyun finished up his Greater Spire, he's making 8 Corruptors. He's sitting on a fairly good army of Zerglings, Roaches and Infestors. And with those Corruptors coming out, we'll be seeing Broodlords soon. Now is Alive going to be ready for that? He's making 2 additional starports and will then be starting Vikings.
Well, it's going to be tough. 2 starports, you know, it's going to help you get Vikings out. 3 is always a nice reaction if you feel like your opponent's going to go heavy on the broods. We've got 6 on the way right now. And another crucial question is Alive going to try to go for reactors on these starports? It's going to be better in the long run, but very risky if Hyun decides to go for a fast attack here, which he definitely has the capability of doing.
Yeah, let's see. It does look like 2 reactors are being produced, so indeed Alive wants that 6 Viking at a time production. He wants that, so, and it feels like he has enough time. Let's see if he's right. Broodlords are, of course, on the own side of the map, and Alive is buying more time with that Marine drop there.
Yeah, if nothing else at all, that was a very nice play from Alive in buying time.
Just drop again. You're gone already. He's killing more drones.
That medevac is just sitting on so little health. But, oh, Spore Crawler, it's dead.
Oh. All right. So that is over for now. Alive is back to his own side of the map. He's got his 4th base secured on the left side. Although I say secured, but it's not really secure, is it? There's no defense there. So Alive is relying on Hyun to attack him, where Alive is waiting for him. And he's trying to crank out as many Vikings as possible, 5 at a time right now, and even building an additional starport as well. So he's gonna be able to, he needs to spread those Vikings. The coming engagement is going to be very, very important for Alive. Maybe not so much for Hyun. I don't think he's going to die anytime soon. But Alive definitely could. If he doesn't spread his Vikings well, he could run the risk of getting all of the fungal growth. And then he won't be able to stop the advancement of the Broodlords.
Yeah, that fungal's just so powerful versus massive Viking quantities. I don't know if we're going to see Alive have a chance to build up to that, though. He's only sitting on 7, and the attack is imminent. Hyun already pressuring here at the natural expansion of Alive. It's looking pretty dangerous.
And it's nice that Alive is doing a counterattack in the meantime, but he's so close to 200. Oh, he's so close to 200 supply. He couldn't make enough Vikings yet. Now he's dropping below 200 supply already. The attack proper has started. Roche's, Lynx, and Bailey's moving forward. Alive still has a pretty sizable army and is actually taking the supply lead. And it looks like maybe he can halt this attack and stay in this game.
Now, there still are a lot of fungal growths left for Hyun, though. We'll see if he can make it happen against these Marines, which could potentially take out the Broodlords. Vikings still getting shells away. There are no more Corruptors right now, Grubby. Some infested Terrans are going to have to be thrown down to try to deal with these Vikings. Alive is not... He didn't micro around them, but the tank's actually cleaning it up. And Alive doing pretty good in this engagement right now. But behind it, Hyun with a fantastic reinforcement.
And 3-3 just finished for Alive, which means his Marines are extra powerful now. And we did mention the importance of the Viking spread, and he definitely obliged. He definitely had that Viking spread, and he survived this attack. And moreover, Hyun did no harassment on the 4th, so Alive is mining off of a very healthy economy here, and is getting ready now for the 2nd stage of the game. He's gonna be starting Raven production.
Grubby, Alive is looking so good right now. He's grabbing his 5th base, excuse me, at this point. He does have a 6th and a 7th. Are those command centers in his main base? He's got so much going on. And honestly, at this point, you know, that was a big attack that Hyun wanted to do damage with, and he got almost nothing done.
Yeah, and in the meantime, there was that harass at the 5th, which means that up till now, Hyun has not been mining off of 10 gases yet. It's been all 8 gases so far. Only now Hyun is starting that, which means his gas count right now is at 400. He wants to do that Ultralisk switch, but this gas is precluding him from going too many at this moment. And the Planetary Fortress finishes off at a perfect time, and we'll be able to take down those Zerglings.
Oh, this is really scary right now for Hyun. He does not want to fall behind on expansions. These Marauders, Marines doing so much damage right now to all the infrastructure here. They'll be able to lift up into the medevacs if they can get away before any infestors or corruptors arrive. It's a close one, but it looks like that's going to get picked off. These Corruptors, of course, can chase down these medevacs, and, well, he'll at least drop a Marine on the ground.
He didn't drop the units on the helicopter landing pad.
That's a really BM medevac.
Ah. Oh, okay, so now he can fly. Oh, that's nice.
You know what?
And he's flying a command center there. That one Marine, man.
Alive needs to write Hyun a thank you card.
Yeah, for leaving that Marine alive.
All right, guys. So, I mean, Hyun is in a little bit of a tough spot right now. Not far behind or anything, but Alive is looking really good. He has the potential to be up a base here on a minute against his Zerg opponent. And we've seen that Alive did remax faster.
Yeah, and you know what? Alive upgraded an ability for one of his flying units. And it's the coolest ability in the game. It's the Hunter-Seeker missile. And he's already has enough energy on his Ravens to use it twice. He's got 3 Ravens right now. So let's see how he can put this to effect. Is he going to use it on the Broodlords? Or maybe he will try to explode the Corruptors first. They do have a tendency to clump up even more as they're focus firing down those Vikings. And then, once he has air superiority, Broodlords will follow.
I'm really anxious to see if Hyun is going to be prepared for the Ravens. It's really easy to hide them in back. He seems to be spotting this drop, though, so it shouldn't be able to get too much
Oh, but he lets it go.
All right, well, there are 2 Spine Crawlers, but they're not going to buy a lot of time. They're Infestors spawning. It looks like Alive may be actually under pressure as Hyun is going to use this as an opportunity to strike.
Wow, Hyun is just allowing this base to go down. There's really nothing here. Well, Banelings.
Oh!
Okay, there's something. I take it back. But still, there's enough Marines alive to take down that base, maybe.
Grubby, here comes the attack. The Corruptors are incredibly stacked. Look at the Vikings kiting the Corruptors back, but Hyun not biting the bait. They're so... The Hunter Seeker missile doesn't blow up on the Corruptors. Beautiful control out of Hyun.
As Alive has this 6 spread, which is more than one screen big. How do you control that? In come more Hunter Seeker missiles. Nice spread there by Hyun.
Hyun is even in supply right now with Alive. This battle is neck and neck. The Vikings duking it out with the Corruptors. The Broodlord still doing damage on the ground. Infestors with a lot of energy are still alive, but look at how close the supplies right now in this engagement are.
More Vikings come from the right side and they're taking down the Broodlords. These Vikings are fighting 4 against 2 and they're doing pretty good. The Infestors are being used to throw up some more infested turrets. Not a lot of energy left for fungal growths, but look at this. Hyun remaxing on 9 Ultralisk.
I don't think Alive is expecting this at all. He's still making Vikings. He is making some Marauders, which will be helpful, but right now he has to find an answer for these units in his base. There are still Broodlords, Infestors, infested Terrans, tons of things ravaging.
Of course, Alive is mining from that bottom right island expansion. He's got 4 mules there, so his effective base amount with mining is numbering in 5 or 6 right now. So potentially, if he has time, he could remax, but I don't think he's gonna get the time.
Yeah, the Ultralisks are on the field. They're moving their way across the map, and this may be the nail in the coffin if Alive cannot stabilize.
I thought Alive was doing so well, but it was really those beautiful spreads against the Hunter Seeker missiles that precluded Alive from finishing that engagement in temporary, well, in a quick fashion. And there he goes! GG!
Grubby Alive just unable to deal with that late game composition from Hyun, which we know he is notoriously strong for. There it is, Hyun, ladies and gentlemen, taking game number 1.